Let's be real. In this super crowded world of remote jobs, your cover letter feels like just another box to check, right? Well, it's not. It's actually your secret weapon, your chance to tell a story that your resume just can't. Today, we're going to turn that chore into a serious strategic advantage to help you land that dream remote job.
So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to get inside the head of a remote employer to figure out what they really want to see. Then, we'll walk through the prep work you've got to do before you even think about writing. After that, we'll build the perfect letter piece by piece. And finally, I'll show you the huge mistakes that get applications instantly deleted.
So let's start with the big, frustrating question. You know you're qualified. You're sending out application after application, and what do you hear back? Crickets. In this crazy competitive remote market, just standing out feels like an impossible task. The stakes are really, really high. But what if I told you there's a way to seriously tip the odds in your favor? Get this. A really well-written, tailored cover letter can boost your chances of getting an interview by up to 50%. Yeah, 50. That's not just a tiny little edge. That is an absolute game changer. And that's exactly why we're digging into this today. Okay, so how do we actually get that 50% boost? Well, it all starts with understanding who you're talking to. We need to get inside the mind of that remote hiring manager, because trust me, they're looking for a lot more than just the bullet points on your resume. See, for remote roles, employers have a totally different checklist. They're hunting for proof that you're a rock star at digital communication, that you can manage your own time without someone looking over your shoulder, and that you'll actually vibe with a team you might rarely see in person. Above all, they need people who are self-starters who can just figure things out.
And a huge part of that is being fluent in their digital toolkit. This is absolutely non-negotiable. Mentioning that you're comfortable with stuff like Slack or Asana or Zoom, that's not just a nice little bonus. It's a massive signal that you can jump right into their workflow on day one with zero hand-holding. Okay, so now we know what they're looking for. The next part is all about preparation. This is the essential homework you have to do before you write anything. This is what makes your letter feel targeted and incredibly effective.
It really boils down to 4 simple but super powerful steps. First, you do a deep dive on the company's culture. Then you pull out the specific keywords from the job description. We'll talk more about why in a sec. Next, you do some digging to find the hiring manager's name. Please, no more to whom it may concern. And last, you carefully check for any special instructions. Every single one of these steps shows you pay attention to detail, which is critical for any remote job. So, why are those keywords so darn important? It's because of this thing, the Applicant Tracking System, or ATS. Think of it like a digital bouncer at the front door. It's a piece of software that scans your application for those keywords. If you don't have them, a real human being might never ever see your application. It's a gatekeeper you have to get past. All right. Now for the main event, actually building the letter. We're going to break down the structure piece by piece so you can put together a document that grabs their attention and proves you're the right person for a remote team. And what's the winning formula? You got to keep it short and sweet. Seriously. The magic numbers are 1 page, 4 paragraphs, and somewhere between 250 to 400 words. This shows you respect their time, but it still gives you enough space to make a really strong case for yourself. Let's break down those 4 paragraphs. Your opening needs to hook them immediately and clearly state why you're excited about the remote aspect of the job. The body paragraphs are where you prove it, giving real examples of your autonomy and your skills with their tools. And the closing? It needs a super clear call to action, like offering flexible times for a virtual interview. Now, let's look at a classic mistake. You see a statement like this on a resume or cover letter all the time. It is so weak. Why? Because it's passive, it's generic, and it tells them what you were supposed to do, not what you actually accomplished. It has zero impact. Okay, now contrast that with this. Whoa. See the difference? It's powerful, it's specific, it names the exact remote tools, and it shows you can handle the complexity of working across different time zones. It doesn't just say you have a skill, it proves you've used it to get real results. This is what gets you that interview. So we've covered all the things you should do, but it's just as important to talk about what not to do. Let's go over the most common mistakes, the application killers, that will get your perfectly good application tossed right into the digital trash can. To avoid these traps, you need to make one simple mindset shift. And this is huge. Your cover letter is not about you, it's about them. It's not about what this job can do for your career, it's about what you can do for their company. You need to position yourself as the solution to their problems.
And here are the biggest red flags. Sending a generic copy-paste letter is the #1 killer. It just screams that you're not that interested. Typos and grammar mistakes? Unforgivable. For a remote job, that signals you lack attention to detail, which is a cardinal sin. And of course, keep it professional, and please stick to that one-page limit.
So as we wrap up, what's the big takeaway here? It's this. You have to stop thinking of the cover letter as some annoying chore you have to get through. Start seeing it for what it truly is, a strategic investment of your time that can pay off with a huge return in the form of way more interview invitations. At the end of the day, your cover letter really is your first interview. It's your very first chance to show them your communication skills, your professionalism, and how much you actually want the job. So after all this, the only question left is, are you ready to pass?